According to Bourdieu, social capital is the aggregate of the actual or potential resources which are linked to possession of a durable network of more or less institutionalized relationships of mutual acquaintance and recognition, or in other words, membership in a group. Social capital refers to the social network one finds themselves in. It involves one's group of acquaintances and social recognition by others. Often there is implicit rules on how to behave based on your position in a social structure. For instance, in Mean Girls, there are rules about where to sit in the cafeteria.
This map is going to be your guide to North Shore. Now, where you sit in the cafeteria is crucial because you got everybody there. You got your freshmen, ROTC guys.
Regina, Gretchen, and Karen, known as the Plastics, possess significant social capital at school. This social power is recognised by others.
One time, she punched me in the face. It was awesome.
And we also saw their social status shift. Katie goes from being the loser new kid to becoming the new queen bee. In essence, we see from Mean Girls that social capital can play a key role in influencing who has power in social settings.
Economic capital accounts for money, property, and other financial assets such as bonds, shares, and stocks. Economic capital is something Bourdieu sees as a foundation of social reproduction. If you have come across Gretchen Wieners before, you would know that she's definitely the top of the ladder when it comes to economic capital and has no shame in having it influence her social and cultural capital.
It's Gretchen Wieners.
She's totally rich because her dad invented toaster strudel.
This is an obvious example of economic capital, through the whole school knowing that she is wealthy as well as it being a noteworthy piece of her public identity. It is clear in the way that it influences her popularity, even though it has nothing to do with her personality and is based on her standalone wealth.
Oh no, I can't answer any more questions since I have a parent or lawyer present.
Understanding the economic privilege associated with the access to legal services, let alone it becoming so normalized that a confrontation can't be had without the expectation of a legal presence, is an example of economic capital being present and assuming that everyone has the same access and to the same extent.
Cultural capital refers to symbols and preferences that can be utilized as resources in social situations and consist of three forms: objectified, institutionalized, and embodied. It is a form of habitus, an embodied socialized inclination or disposition to act, think, or feel in a certain way. Objectified capital refers to your material possessions that are valued for their cultural effects. Regina owns a convertible car and lives in a mansion. She also compiled the burn book that allowed her to play the victim, get what she wanted, and cause a school riot where everyone wanted to possess the information written about them in the book. Institutionalized capital refers to any form of culture that is authorized by an institution, usually an academic one. Regina possesses the inherent institutionalized capital attributed to those of a higher social class. She attends high school without issue. We can also assume that she will get into any college she desires. Embodied capital is exemplified by bodily signs like accents or gestures. It can also be considered external wealth that is transformed into a crucial part of the person, into a habitus, and cannot be instantly transferred. Regina's accent identifies her as an American and from the West. She embodies what it means to be a typical American and is afforded all of the privileges that come from her location and standing in the world order.
Social reproduction is not only something we see and experience in our own lives, but is also something portrayed in movies, shows, and images. Mean Girls is just one modern day example of where capital is shown and has clearly shown that not all students are the same. In all instances, they are exhibiting Bourdieu's theory that the higher class has better outcomes than those below, and this continues to be seen through all generations and settings, where people become a product of their own setting, made clear through the characterizations of the plastics over the course of the film.